Okay, it's a pretty awesome Saturday afternoon in Cape Town. The fish are looking really good. You can see there that they look like they've bulked up quite a bit. There's a big karashi. They've bulked up quite a bit. I'm feeding sake hikari now, and a mixture of sake hikari growth and sake hikari wheat germ. I'm hoping that's going to help. We've also had some rain, so you can see the plants are looking pretty cool. Lots of rain in the last little while. I've also been successful in terms of putting a borehole in. Haven't really used the water that much yet, but I will be able to use it. I've also tested it out. I've had some goldfish just straight into borehole water for the last week, and they've been absolutely fine, very happy. So that's what I'm going to be using from now onwards. What I want to do now is just check on a little shower that I've got and check to see that it's okay. It's the one that had the ulcer in its mouth, or just a wound in its mouth. So I'm going to yank that one out quickly and just have a look and see how it's doing. I mean, check out the difference with the sake hikari on the fish. You can just see the bulk on the fish looks incredible. There's little babies. It's the one in front that needs looking at. But yeah, the pond's looking really good. Unfortunately, the reflection is pretty hectic at this time of the afternoon. So you can't really see into the pond clearly, but I'm super impressed with what's happening with my fish and what they're looking like at the moment. You see the karashigoi are getting most of the sake hikari. There comes a big ogon, some of the homebred Showas, Sanke. Here's some of the other Sankes. I love Sankes and Showa. You can see most of my fish are Sanke and Showa, but you can see just bulking like crazy. I'm actually going to put a video together on my months-long experience with sake hikari and just different feeding and the kind of results that I've noticed. But what I'm going to do now is actually get the net and catch this little guy out and have a look at him. Okay, I'm going to get stuck in now and see if I can get this guy. There he is on that side there. Come on, boy. Okay, one fish in the net. You can see the advantage of the sake hikari. I mean, look how much that fish has bulked since I pulled him out last time. Okay, so let's have a look at the bowl. Okay, so now we scoop it into the bowl. Now we look at the mouth and let's see what's happening here. Oops, that's not good. I'm just wondering if this is actually an ulcer or whether it's actually a growth. Because if you look there, it doesn't really look like a wound. So I mean, if you guys have any ideas, let me know. But it's not looking great. But I'm also quite not sure what it is. I mean, you can see the lips are actually fine. It might even be carp pox, believe it or not. What do you guys think? Let me know. But awesome little fish, so hopefully we can sort it out in some way. If you guys have got suggestions beyond a potassium dip, then let me know. But you can see there, that's looking absolutely incredible, except for the bit of the mouth issue, but otherwise all good. So we're gonna dip it now. There you can see some of the bigger fish swimming around. The water's quite mucky. I mean, I'm still taking water off of my roof and off of my deck to fill the pond. So not ideal. When I've got the borehole, I'll actually stop doing that. But I mean, you can see cutting down on the number of fish in the pond, feeding better food, way better idea. I've done that for the last month, and you can just see. I mean, hopefully you can see from what I'm showing you there that You know, it's a really great looking bunch of fish at the moment. They're looking healthy, they're looking big, they're bulking up seriously. I'm hoping that it's not just bulk and that it's actually going to turn into length as well, that they're actually going to get longer and bigger, especially some of the mid-sized Sankes that need that growth. But yeah, I think so far so good. So let's dip that fish and then see what we can do to help it. As I said, if you guys have got any ideas in terms of what I should be doing, I'm not sure if that's an ulcer or whether it's carp pox, but you know, I need to try and get rid of it because it's a really good little fish, but you know, having that in the mouth is really going to affect its ability to eat ongoing. So now we're going to do the dip. The dip is, I just do it standard. It's 1 gram of potassium per 10 liters of water for 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how the fish is behaving. For some reason, the potassium I've got at the moment seems to be much stronger than normal. So what I'll do is actually put in less, or actually just put it in for less time. So I'll possibly do 1 gram, 10 liters for 5 minutes and then see how it does. But I might have to dip this a couple of times. But you know what, if it's carp pox, the dipping's not really going to help. I mean, I've dipped this thing twice in the last 2 weeks and I'm not seeing much progress. So I'm a bit worried that it might be carp pox. Hard to get rid of carp pox in the mouth of a fish, I got no idea. So as I said, guys, let me know what you think this thing is and how I should get rid of it, and I'll take your advice for sure. But this is a homebred baby, so pretty impressive Showa for homebred. Really like it. I'd like to see what happens with it long term. I mean, clearly at the moment, even having the problem with the mouth, this fish is eating a serious amount of pellets because it's looking really good. But yeah, let's get it into the dip. Okay, my son is taking the Showa out now, and then we're putting it into the bowl. So we let the potassium stand for a bit. I mean, they say you should use gloves for the potassium. We don't really always use gloves, but we're not also sticking our hands in the water all the time. So that little guy's in there for 5 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, so it's out of the dip now. Let's have a look at the mouth and what the potassium has done with the wound, or whatever it is. Easy, easy, easy. See, not happy. Okay, here we go. So you can see it's gone a bit browner. I'm not sure this potassium is actually helping. So if we can look in there, get a decent look. I'm not sure it's actually helping. I'm getting a feeling it's carp pox rather than an ulcer, which is a problem completely on its own. But this one's going to go back into the pond.